view. But let's move focus then to the NBFC space. Satin Credit Care is the company that we have in focus. The stock has recovered nearly about 18% in the last month, but we did end the year with cuts of nearly 44%. Most recently, the company has raised funds worth about 755 crore rupees from banks, and this is on a direct assignment basis. We're now joined by HP Singh, founder and managing director at Satin Credit Care. Thanks very much, Mr. Singh, and let me wish you a very happy new year. First off, let me ask you, about the fundraising. You have done a direct assignment transaction. You've done direct assignment transactions, in fact, worth about 755 crore rupees. What do you plan to do with these funds, and can we expect any more fundraising through this route?
So in total, what we've raised in terms of our assignment and securitization transaction across the year, we've done about 1,300 crores worth of assignment and securitization for the year. This transaction during the end of the year was about 755 crores. The funds for us are needed because we've expanded into now 23 states across the whole geography in India, and we look forward to having a diverse geographical base as well as penetrating deep into the various states where we are working in. So this is required for our growth, which is going to be there for FY19, FY20.
All right. So overall, we're looking at a quantum of 1,300 crore, and the 755 was a part of that. I do want to get your view on the most recent news we got from the Reserve Bank of India, a special dispensation to restructure SME loans up to 25 crore rupees. You do have a portfolio of SME, I think to the tune of about 100 crores, if I'm not mistaken, and you plan to go big on it. Give us a sense of how this news will impact you. Will you be planning to make use of this dispensation? And overall, have you seen the kind of stress that is being faced by SMEs across the board?
I think for us, we have a very we have a very small portfolio. So for a 100 crore portfolio, we don't have much stress in the MSME space where we are working on. But I think that dispensation given by RBI is one of the first few steps in recognizing the role of MSME in the GDP of our economy as such. So a very, very positive step after the easing of the liquidity crisis, which actually also bodes well for credit to flow into the MSME sector. So this is a very positive step, if we really look at it. Nothing for us as yet, but yes, a positive step for the whole sector.
Considering the kind of distress that we've seen in this space, give us a sense of what the plan is then. I believe the plan was to grow this book about 3 times going forward. Is that still on track? What kind of targets do you have for your SME business?
SME, the base is still very small, so for us to grow by 2x or maybe 2.5x across in the next year is not very challenging. We are only looking at a very controlled growth across our several portfolios across, for the housing, for MSME as well as for our microfinance institution. Overall, what we are trying to get on is maybe a 30% growth year on year for the next couple of years, to move forward. But yes, SME will have a slightly higher growth in terms of a vertical, which is different from MFI as well as for housing.
All right. Anecdotally, of course, if we talk about how things panned out from the months of October to where we find ourselves now in the beginning of January 2019, things do seem to have improved for NBFCs, for the entire sector. What has been your experience? What was the kind of uptick that you saw in cost of funds, and where do we find ourselves now?
Cost of funds, yes, definitely. There's been a 100 basis point increase across the board, in terms of after the liquidity crisis came in. But that's just been it, and for us, we can actually pass on this increase to our borrowers. But having said that, I think, it's probably stable now, and what we feel now going forward, at least, this is probably remain stable in the coming few months, so no more of a challenge in terms of our cost of funding,
All right. What would be the number that you are borrowing at present, if you could give us a sense?
Our overall borrowing cost is now at about 12.25% as compared to about 11.5%, which was there, about 3 months back.
All right, all right. So we can expect it to stabilize at the current level. Just a final question then. We spoke about the SME space, but if you could give us an outlook for the other segments of your business, what are the kind of targets that you are looking at? How has fiscal 19 panned out so far? And looking ahead to the remaining months of fiscal 19, what is the outlook?
So our last quarter always for microfinance has always been very good. So we are looking at a total of about a 30% growth from FY18 to FY19, all put together on a consolidated basis. Housing, we are also concentrating on rural housing to a large extent. We feel that, we still have a very small book and it's about 35 crores right now. We just started about 6 months back. We tend to reach housing by about 100 crores by FY19. And as I said, we have a 113 crore book for SME, which will probably be about 150 crores by FY19, But overall, a 30% growth.
All right, 30% growth, that's the target as we move forward from here. Thanks so much. Appreciate your time. That's you coming in from HP Singh of Satin Credit Care. Things have been tough for the NBFC sector, but we are seeing an improvement, and this stock too has recovered very, very strongly in the last month of 2018. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Trending Today. Thank you so much for watching.